Hey y'all, my name is Taylor. I'm a therapist and I work at HeartSupport and I love metal music and I love holding absence. So let's listen to their new song and we will talk about the lyrics and hopefully use them in a way to inspire you and help you improve your mental health. Let's get into it. Oh, it's already so pretty. Oh.
Miles high in the sky. So
Okay, Lucas.
why do I feel low tonight? I orbit out of control, all alone. Honey, all I see is you. Just in the mirror, and I know if we can ever sit together like constellations, we can live forever. Now every night, you and I intertwine like satellites, trying to hold our pilgrim souls somewhere close. Honey, all I see is you. Just in the mirror, and I know if we can ever sit together like constellations, we can live forever.
Let's talk about these lyrics. Miles high in the sky. So why do I feel low tonight? This. So often I have clients who will have things that they have worked so hard for, success, and they still feel sad. And then they're like, why do I feel so sad when I have everything that I've wanted or so many of the things that I've wanted? And why does it not feel like enough? And I feel like this is so relatable because the truth is it's not things that are going to make it feel like you have enough. It's a perspective, it's gratitude, and it's being able to navigate the things that feel hard with a little bit more ease. If you were in a place where you feel like I have so many things going for me and I still feel sad, one, I want to just say that's important and that's valid. Often we assume that because someone has X, Y, and Z or they look like X, Y, and Z, that they would be happy. And that's not necessarily fair. I personally was so terribly sad and have been so terribly sad and depressed, while on the outside, people would think that I was doing fine. And so you can't always assume, and we shouldn't. And even if it looks like things are going well, if you're not feeling well internally, your pain still matters. Two, if you want to start to change that, I think gratitude is an incredible practice. Reminding yourself that, yes, this is something I've worked so hard for. This is something I've wanted for such a long time. Also, looking at the unhealed things and the reasons for why you wanted it. Because if you have something that is coming from a place of a not like pure or a reason of pain for wanting it, then when you get the thing, you'll realize that actually the pain is still there. So you need to work with the root instead and try to uncover what that is and really heal what that is. Because sometimes we want things out of a place of pain, and that's totally human and totally normal. If we get that thing, that still doesn't take away the pain that made us want it. And so we're still going to feel sad even when we have it. So we got to work with the root of it. Okay, I orbit out of control all alone. Community is so important because it helps you check yourself. It's so easy when you're alone to get into a spiral that you feel like you can't stop. That's why isolation is not safe, because when you're alone, you can convince yourself of things about yourself that aren't true. You can convince yourself about things about the world that aren't true. You can get into a perspective that suddenly snowballs, and because you're the one that convinced you of it, it's really hard to stop the snowball and stop the orbiting out of control. So this is why community is so helpful and important. It's important to have people in your life who will be honest with you and who will check you and who will say, actually, I don't think that's true about you, or actually, like, I don't think this is helpful or healthy. And if you don't have community, or you don't have people in your life who will do that for you, find them. And I know it's hard, but it's really important. And if you're not sure, think about what you're interested in and start there. Or join our community. If you're interested and you're listening to this music, you probably at least have something in common with people who like metalcore. So start there. But find people who will help you when you start to spiral. Maybe it's a therapist, maybe it's a community, maybe it's a friend. And in order to do that, you need to be willing to be vulnerable with people so that they can check you. And then when they do, accept it as help and love. If it's coming from a safe and good place, if it's coming from a mean place, don't accept that. But if it's coming from a place of like, I care about you and I'm worried about you, and it's someone like genuinely checking you to help you, you got to let them in because they're there to help you. Honey, all I see is you dressed in the moon. And I know if we can ever set together like constellations, we can live together. I hear this line and I feel like I relate to it so much, because what this story of this person is saying to me, which I could be totally wrong, is like, I feel like I have all of these things and I still feel really sad and I'm all alone. And then it kind of switches and it's like, but if I only had you, if I only had this one person, this romantic partner, then all would be good and all of my sadness would just melt away and disappear. And that is totally been something that I've experienced, and also something that I have to check my clients a lot, because when we don't have that one thing, we often focus on that one thing as being the solution for everything. And it's not. Having a partner, having that job, having whatever is not automatically going to clear everything else. It just gives you an external thing to focus on instead of actually focusing on the internal thing. It gives you one thing when the truth is that really we need to change and work through a lot of small things. So when you notice yourself doing that, of like, I'm so sad, I feel like this, if I just had this, if I just had love, if I just had a person, all would be better. Stop, breathe, remind yourself that's not true. Ask yourself where that's coming from. Go inside and ask yourself, what real things in my life right now could I work on? Could I make small changes? And start to do that. Okay, y'all, you're amazing. Holding absence is amazing. I love honeymoon. It's so good. Honeymoon, clever. If you're struggling with anything or could relate to anything that I talked about, go in the comments, share what you're feeling, tag out HeartSupport, and we will reply to every single person with encouragement, because we love you and we care about you and you deserve the world.